All right. Okay, guys. Okay. A very good evening to all of you guys. And we already got people coming in so fast. Hey, you guys, bei sui lah. Every time I go live, I gotta wait for a whole lot of you guys coming. But today, because we have got my our special guest and everybody come in so fast, you all know that this is a rare treat, right? Okay, so anyway, everybody, tonight we have got Mr. Soh Chin Heng. Okay, he is also and the only co-founder of the 1965 movement, and more importantly, he was my financial sifu for 2 decades. Okay, he's the one of the wisest men I ever met in my life, and tonight, okay, we are very happy to have Mr. So with us. Okay, everybody say hi to Mr. So. Give him a love, give him a thumbs up, everything. Okay. So hi, Chin Heng, good to see you.
Hello, Mr. Lu. Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
It's a great honor to have you. Hey, do you remember when was the last time we ever did a live stream?
Wow, it must be quite a number of years ago. Can't exactly remember. Four,
Yeah,
5 years ago.
exactly. Many years ago. So how can it be that I meet you so regularly, but yet we didn't do a live stream together, right? So now, Mr. So is more shy than I am. Okay, uh, and but you know he's so wise. So everybody, I'm gonna thank you. Remember, please don't give me the like, give him the like. Yeah. So first of all, Mr. So is a person whose shoelace I'm not fit to tie for him. Okay, so it's that level of aura. So maybe I introduce Mr. So properly. So Mr. So was the ex-deputy CEO of CPF Board. So he spent, I don't know, 2 decades in CPF Board, right? Or 1.5 decades.
About 17, 18 years.
Wow, 2 decades with CPF Board. And he was responsible for the implementation of the Life Trilogy, CPF Life, CashU Life, and MediShield Life. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So if you all love the CPF Life, love the CashU Life, and MediSave Life, go thank him. But if you hate it, you also can tell him also. Okay. So now in the early days, I was a young man, and this is where the great Asia financial crisis devastated me. And I was very, very fortunate that we were together in the same fellowship group in our church. And he know that I am in trouble, and he offered to coach me and mentor me. And I was thinking, what does this civil servant know about investment and money, right? But I was very smart. I have the first of all, I have the luck, and second, of all, I have the foresight to see, wow, this is such a great man. So you know what I did, guys? I leech on him. My leech was so strong that it lasted for 20 years. He's still, he's still being leeched on by me, and I suck all the brain juice from him. And because of him, I'm very grateful. My fortunes have turned around. I came from total financial devastation to now I think I'm very comfortable. So thanks to Mr. So. Okay. So guys, so now I'm going to start right now. First by asking Mr. So to say hi to everybody, guys. Okay. All right. Over to you, Chining.
Hi, buddy. It's quite a experience for me in live stream, so I'm not really sure who I'm talking to. I don't know how many people are out there. Yeah lah. Mr. Lu conned me into doing this live stream, so here I am. Good. Anyway, good experience.
Okay. So I have the honor, okay, of dragging him out from his retirement to start a course to educate everybody. So he crammed 20 years of his financial mentorship on me into 2 days. So to start a CPF mastery course. So we're very grateful. So many of you have actually met him in person already. Okay. So for people who already met him, he was wonderful, right? Okay. So some people call me seafood, so he must be Sea Kong. Okay. So I know he doesn't look so old, but he's Sea Kong. Okay. Okay. All jokes aside, now let's go start. Okay. So Chin Heng, we're gonna thank you, Jian Ming. Now I can, you guys can start asking a question. Okay. Dorma, today I will talk less and let Mr. Soh talk more. So I'm going to ask everybody to write down some questions, but I will first ask Chin Heng first. So, Mr. Soh, sir, there are three CPF life plans. Okay. Can you quickly walk through the three CPF life plans, the key difference, but more importantly, what is your favorite CPF life plan? And I know you and I have different opinion. What's our favorite CPF life plan?
Okay, so the three CPF life plan. First, as a context, of course, in terms of the money, you're talking about the money in your CPF retirement account, which you get when you turn 55, from money that's in the special account or ordinary account transfer over, and then you can join CPF Life from between the ages of 65 to 70. And once you join, then you will get a payment and every month, and it's for life. So then perhaps two key points about CPF Life that everybody must know before you dive into the plans. One is, of course, I already mentioned, you will get the payment for life. That's the most attractive feature of the CPF Life, regardless of the plan that you have, any of the three plans that you chose. Second feature is that, in a sense, CPF Life is capital guaranteed, although in recent times, we use the word capital guaranteed. It must be a bit careful. There's another debate going on between about what CPF versus ILP and so on. But specifically, what is referred to here is that the retirement account that you have at the point when you start your CPF Life payout, you will always get back at least this amount. So let's say you have arbitrarily $300,000 in your retirement account at 65, and then you say you start your CPF Life monthly payout at 65. So you will definitely get back at least $300,000 throughout. That means the total payout plus any bequest, any leftover money that is given to your beneficiary, the sum of these two parts will be at least 300,000. That's what it means by capital guarantee. So now on to the three.
So I think a lot of people know that CPF Life is capital guaranteed. Okay, that's a very important thing that I think only you know there. How can it be? We all don't know that CPF Life is capital guaranteed.
Yeah, okay, so hopefully it's clear now. So if I may continue on, so now about the three CPF Life plans. So when you're about to start your CPF Life payout, you have to choose from one of three plans: standard plan, basic plan, or escalating plan. And let me start with the escalating plan first. In the escalating plan, the monthly payout increases by 2% every year. So this is broadly speaking to cater for inflation. You know, things often become more expensive next year compared to this year. So you want to have the more money next year compared to this year to buy the same amount of things, right? To keep pace with inflation. The other two plans are more or less level plans, meaning the payout remains more or less the same throughout. So there isn't this automatic 2% increase in the payout like the escalating plan. And then the standard plan will give a higher payout compared to the basic plan, but leave behind a lower bequest. And then the basic plan is the other way around. Lower payout, but higher bequest compared to the standard plan. So the big debate on the which is a best CPF Life plan, of course, there is put it up front, there's no best CPF life plan, but each of us have to consider what is attractive features of the various plans for ourselves and then decide accordingly. But broadly speaking, if inflation is your primary concern, then you should consider escalating plan. If you're thinking more about your own retirement, right? CPF is prime for your own retirement, then perhaps a standard plan ought to be something you consider. Some of us maybe perhaps fortunate enough, no need to have that big a consideration. Retirement is a bigger contribution, and some wish to leave behind something for our loved ones. Then basic plan may be attractive because of the three plans, you give the highest bequest.
So, Mr. Soh, you talk so much. Haven't tell us what's your favorite plan. Can I say my favorite plan first? Not okay. I say a favorite plan. We have this debate.
Go ahead.
We have this debate for I don't know 2 years already. Okay, so Mr. Lu's favorite plan is the standard plan, and let me explain why. And later, by the way, every of you guys, you have a lot of questions. I'll definitely quickly get Mr. Soh to answer. But this is very important thing. I like the standard plan because the standard plan gives the highest payout. Okay, highest payout, and more importantly, the highest payout from the start. Okay, so when I'm young retiree, I can travel around the world. I can do a lot of things. I want the highest payout. There's no point having escalating plan that give me the lowest payout at the best years of my life and give me the best payout at the worst years of my life. So I want the standard plan to give me the highest payout and last forever. So versus the basic plan, the standard plan has close to 9 to 10% higher. And let's say we all live to 90 over years old, the standard plan will have a higher payout through my whole life. So, but I actually think that the point about bequest, yes, the basic plan give a very high bequest relative to the standard plan, but I don't really care about my children anymore lah. I took care of them when they're young. You mean I need to take care of them for their retirement nah? Okay, so no way, man. I'm gonna give the money to myself. So this is why I like the standard plan. But Mr. Soh, I know you have a different opinion. May you share your opinion?
Well, you are entitled to your opinion. I often like to qualify myself lah. I'm still not at the age where I have to choose a CPF life plan, so it's just a conjecture, and who knows? By the time I get to be able to choose CPF life plan, the plans may have changed. But just discussing the plans one by one lah. I tend to look at it more like an analyst and try to evaluate the features rather than your personal my personal views, preferences, and of the plans. So the start with the standard plan. I suppose the standard plans is what I call the neatest plan lah. Very straightforward, simple. Once you start, it's a certain amount, and it's you expect that amount more or less the same throughout. So it's like the most easy to understand plan, and quite commonly you can also buy a life annuity outside, and the most basic feature is like that. So simple, and of course the attractiveness of the standard plan is that it gives the highest initial payout lah. Then let me move to the escalating plan. This is a plan which from my interaction with CPM members, not many people seem to be in favor of it. A few people give it some thought, but I actually thought that there's the 2% escalation is an attractive feature and worth looking at it. Fundamentally, when you look at your own financial planning, it is only reasonable that you think of your money in real terms rather than in nominal terms, simply because inflation is a fact of life, and you cannot ignore inflation. So when we talk about the standard plan or even the basic plan being the same amount throughout, more or less, we're saying it is in nominal terms, it is the same amount. But in real terms, it is declining. It is what you can buy decreases over time. So because of inflation, so it is something that those who choose a standard or basic plan have to consider. And there is no assurance that the amount of money you spend decreases with the inflation, right? So you do run a risk of not having not enough money. So that the standard plan does give some sort of like hedge against inflation. So that's an attractive feature. And yeah, I would say I would consider that as a possible plan I would choose. But then, having said that, then even that inflation hedge is limited at the 2%, and the actual inflation may be more than 2%, maybe less than 2%. If you look at the last few years after COVID, wow. I see Lou making a lot of the gesture. Maybe I stop there for a while and you'd like to explain to me what those gesture means.
No, I say the escalating plan is lousy. The standard plan is very good. Okay. And at the way you're saying, you seems to have now changed your opinion to swing towards the standard plan, apart from the basic plan. But maybe I'll give you now a chance to talk about your favorite plan.
That's what you say, and that's all I say. Okay,
right.
The basic plan. I think the basic plan of the three plans is the most intriguing one, and perhaps the most difficult one to understand. In essence, is a two-in-one product. So there are two parts to it. Unlike the other two plan, which is simply a immediate life annuity. So in the basic plan, there is one part that remains in your retirement account to start your monthly payout, and then it will last until about 90 years old. And then there's another part, which is that life annuity, albeit that is a long deferred life annuity that starts at the 90 years old. And actually that is to be a very attractive feature, because ultimately you must recognize that the CPF Life is a life annuity, and a life annuity is insurance. So there's an insurance component in the CPF Life, whether in part for the basic plan or in whole for the other two plans. So a key tenet of insurance, why we buy insurance? Insurance serve our financial needs best if the risk is low, but the impact is high. Meaning the risk that you're trying to prevent is not very high, it's low, but if that risk happen, then the impact is very serious. So talk about life insurances. Life insurance is very important for young people with dependents. The risk of a young person dying is low, but if the young person dies, the impact on his dependents is very great, because their economy depend on him. So in the case of a annuity, what is the risk? The risk doesn't sound like a risk, but actually the risk is living too long. Of course, living too long is a good thing. Longevity is a good thing, but the risk here refers to not having saved enough money for a long life. So just imagine you manage to live until 120 years old, you the Guinness Book of World Record, but it means you need to have a lot more savings compared to somebody who lived until the normal age of let's say 85 or 90 years old. So then it is important to have some insurance against living too long, so that you don't run out of money. And then the basic plan is attractive because it has that two features to me. First part, the money in the retirement account, which is your own savings, to last you until a normal age that people live until about 90 years old. Then that one you can save for it because it's a normal age. But you don't know exactly whether you live too long, and if you live longer than usual, how long you live. So that's when the second part of the basic plan is that long deferred life annuity is attractive because it ensures you just pay a small premium for that small risk, and then you're assured of that you'll get the income for life should you live very long. So yeah, I find that attractive.
I thought also there is probably two more flexibility, right? If you choose the basic plan, you change your mind, you can switch to standard plan and escalating plan.
Oh yeah, yeah. That is attractive. So maybe I explain first about the change of plans, right? So after you have chosen your plan, first there's a 30 days free look period. So this is a standard insurance practice, and CPF Life adopts this practice also. That means within the 30 days after you choose your plan, if you should change your mind, you can always reverse the decision, regardless of the plan that you have chosen. Then what Lou is saying is that after the 30 days free look period, there is still some scope for change, but it depends on the plan that you choose. If you have chosen the escalating plan, then sorry, you can't change anymore after the 30 days free look period. If you have chosen the standard plan, you can still change to the escalating plan, but you cannot change to the basic plan. And if you have chosen the basic plan, even after the 30 days free look period, you can still change to the standard plan or the escalating plan. So among the three plans, the basic plan has the greatest flexibility for change of plans after the free look period, the 30 days free look period. So I think generally we shouldn't plan on changing the plan lah, but it's very useful to know that I have that flexibility to change if I should some unforeseen thing happen, it changed my planning paradigm, then I can still have this change of mind.
Okay, very good. Now I have a ton of questions that have come out right now. So I'm going to ask them. Can I request you answer them quickly so that we can entertain as many people as possible? So I'll try to ask these questions as quick as I can. Okay. So
Okay, try.
yeah, guys, you can fire your questions. Now, okay, so Darren said, Mr. So, what would you say to those with old flats that want to sell, I suppose sell the old flats to boost their CPF Life payout? Is it wise to do that versus renting?
Oh, rent versus buy. Wow, that is a big issue. Then of course, broadly speaking, then renting, then you have to expect to have to renegotiate your rental every so when it's due. Possibly have to shift house, which is from my personal experience a big hassle. So in general, I think for most Singaporeans, including myself, it's still good to have a home of your own, right? And then lends a lot of stability to your life. But I do know of some people who don't believe in property and actually rent. But that's a personal decision. But in terms of having money as a result of selling a property or monetizing your property, and there's quite a number of ways to monetize a property, especially if you live in a HDB flat, then I would say it's a good idea, especially if you are like quite a lot of people like asset rich but cash poor, right? Then you try to squeeze money out the property, and then it goes into your CPF and it gives you more income for life. So I personally think that this is an option which quite a number of Singaporeans may have to consider lah, especially if they don't have enough cash.
Okay. So this is a good question by Hayden. Why the CPF board stop people from changing plans as and when they like? Okay. I suppose what it meant is that once you start with, let's say, standard plan, you can't change. Okay, or escalating plan, you can't change. Why? Why standard basic plan they allow you change, and then after that you cannot change back? Why is changing a plan such a big deal? So rigid?
Yeah, I always ask the question myself, but actually it's the other way around. Actually, when I was still in the CPF board, after the 30 days free look period, you cannot even change your plan at all, and so in a sense that was quite a strict stance, which generally follows insurance practice. In insurance, one of the um, risks that the insurance company will be worried about is called moral hazard lah. If you know something about your own risk which other people don't know, and you can play to your advantage, then you gain compared to others. So the best insurance product is one where you can't game it, so there is no moral hazard. So hypothetically, if you know whether you're going to live long or short, then you can bet in the right way, right, by choosing a plan. So that was the position that the board took when I was still with the board. And then after I left the board, then I come to learn that there's some scope for change of plan, as I outlined earlier. And then I think the reason given by the board why you cannot move to the basic plan after you have chosen the standard plan or the escalating plan is that the basic plan is a legacy plan, so you can't do that. But to me, it's still back a question that deserves a greater explanation. So I do hope to be able to engage the board and find out more also if I got the opportunity. As to why the other way around, why you can move to the escalating plan, whether you have chosen the standard or basic plan. I don't recall getting information, hearing anything explicit from the board. If somebody knows of it, let me know. I may have missed it, but I surmise that it'll be back to my own the point that I made earlier about the financial planning in real terms, which is a sensible position. And I suppose perhaps the board is factor that in and want to encourage members to think in real terms, so allow people to move over to the escalating plan if they want to.
Okay. So, Mr. So, I need you to answer much faster. I got 50,000 questions here.
Okay.
The next question comes out a lot. A lot of people ask it. Mr. So, Si Kong. They actually write Si Kong. After the CPF Life come out at 65 years old, our interest all go into the pool and not give us into our retirement account. So the money go to other people, right? So is this true or not? Yeah. Then it's very bad, right? My money go to other people. It goes to the pool. Now, how do you answer this question?
The money in the annuity pool earns the same interest as a retirement account, 4 to 6%. The interest is shared, not go to other people. It's shared means, and in essence, insurance is about sharing. So shared means you may get it or you may not get it. You get it if you live long. You have outlive your own premium that you have paid into the annuity pool, and then you continue to get a payout, and that's from the shared interest. You don't get it if you live a shorter life and you still have leftover money at the time of your death. So just live long lah.
Very good. Okay, so I remember I met DPM Gan Kim Yong. He used a Chinese phrase, CPF Life is 拉长补短, which means those people who live long life, you enjoy the interest from those people who live short life. Okay, so bottom line is be like me, Mr. So, we can clock 15,000 steps every day, exercise a lot, eat healthy. Actually, I don't eat healthy. Okay, but anyway, so we try to live long. Okay, thank you. Okay, now this is okay. Wait, let me quickly get. Okay, yeah, this is a good question. A few people ask this question, Mr. So, why top up to ERS is 2 times FRS and 4 times BRS, but the payout is not 2 times of the payout ERS is not 2 times FRS and 4 times BRS.
Yeah, that's a good question. It's because of the extra interest that is paid only on the first $60,000. So as a result, the effective interest rate of a member with a lower balances is higher than than that of a member with a big balance. So the payout then correspondingly is it's not proportional. It's relatively higher for somebody with a low balances compared to somebody with higher balances.
Okay, very good. And by the way, here I'll do a little bit of I've forgotten before I forget. Mr. Soh actually, I drag him out to run a skills futures funded course called CPF Mastery, and then there'll be a complimentary life mastery as well. It's a 2-day course, so I encourage everybody to quickly sign up. I think our class in July is left with only a few seats. If you want, you can WhatsApp the number that's running around, and you will get to see Mr. Soh in person. I also teach in a class. I teach maybe 20 or 30% of it. Mr. Soh will teach 70%. Everything you need to know about mastery of CPF and everything, you will go. It's a very good course, and everybody should attend that. Let me quickly go back to the class. To the questions. Okay, so there is a question that came out a lot. Mr. Soh, after CPF Life start paying, can we still top up?
Oh yes. And so when you top up, then what it means is that your top up money goes into the retirement account. Then think of it like you're buying another CPF Life policy, and then which will then of course generate a certain payout, and then this second payout is added to your original payout, and then you get a higher payout overall. So effect is that whenever you top up, your payout increase.
Okay. Ivy asked a question, Mr. Soh, may I have advice? An elderly or 64 years old doesn't have any CPF now, CPF tied in housing loan. Is it better to keep the savings, which is her saving is $300,000 in FD, or put it into the CPF RA to boost the CPF Life?
A general two major consideration for the use of money in general. One is you want higher return. The second is you want flexibility. So you shouldn't be thinking of either or. We need both. So the advantage of it being in the retirement account is that it's earning that higher interest rate, 4 to 6%. So you got the return, but you got the limited flexibility, because you cannot withdraw at one go. On the other hand, you put it in a bank or the fixed deposit, the liquidity is higher, but the interest rate is lower. So key thing is that you must strike a good balance. Have some liquidity, that means some amount which money you may need for at short notice, emergency. That one you need to have flexibility, and the rest, then you want to go for higher return. Having said that, don't think of flexibility as a universal good. Greatest flexibility is if you just put in the bank account and then earn 0.05%. That's a sure loser, because if inflation, your real return is definitely negative. So that is something that everyone of us must take note. So you need some liquidity, but don't have too much. Otherwise, you're financially worse off.
Thank you. Is there an age limit to top up your CPF RA and OA?
No, no limit to the top up for RA, and in general, you cannot top up your OA by itself. That means you want to top up, you want to put some money in the OA. There is no such explicit scheme. There are some ways to get money into the OA, but there is no direct method to top up to the OA directly.
Very good. Now, this is a very important question, because Christopher Tan also brought up this question, brought this experience. So Renee asked this question: is it wise to draw out half the amount of the FRS to buy an ILP? The financial advisor is saying that the dividends is higher than what the CPF life payout is, and the capital it's fully guaranteed. The beneficiary will get in full, whereas if leave it in the CPF Life, it will deplete. Please advise.
This is that CPF Life versus ILP debate. In general, I think you're comparing apple with oranges lah. You cannot compare the CPF Life, which is a safe product guaranteed by the government, risk-free, with ILP, which is subject to risk. So ILP, of course, come in different shapes and sizes. But in general, a lot of the ILP, they take equity risk. So it's not an apple-to-apple comparison. If you take equity risk, generally you do expect to have a higher return in the long run, but you must accept the volatility that comes with it.
Can I also stress that ILP comes with high fees? The fees are usually very high. Be very careful of what the financial advisor tell you, okay? So now this is a very good, interesting question. A person in 70s currently receiving monthly payout but don't have CPF Life. That means the old scheme, the RSS scheme. His RA will be depleted in 5 years. Can anything be done to extend it?
Anything to done to extend it? Put in more money lah. If he has.
So put in more money and you have higher. Okay, thank you. For basic plan, the money that is still in RA, will it continue to enjoy the 4% interest?
Oh yes. So like any money in your CPF account, so RA is one of your CPF account, right? Any money in the account will earn interest, and then when it's at the end of the year, then the interest is credited. So you go back to the account. So the RA earns 4 to 6% interest, and the interest is credited back to the RA.
Very good. The next question is more, I tweaked the question a little bit, but before 55 or so, you can top up to $220,000, which is a full retirement sum. After 55, you can top up the ERS, which is 440,000. Why cannot just one shot go to 440,000? Why must we do 55 years old? Okay, why the government so mafan?
So in the past, it was equalized both ways, but everybody only out up to the FRS. So the policy changed to allow the older people above 55 to top up more to 440. In theory, is it possible for government to allow people below 55 to top up to ERS also? I suppose that is a possibility. I suppose from the government's perspective, Singaporeans may not see that way, but the government will see it as quite a heavy cost, to guarantee a very attractive rate of 4 to 6%. So if maybe trying to limit is a risk in a way, while recognizing the need for people, especially older people, to save for their retirement, to a good retirement. So it take this nuanced position.
Well, put it that way. The government got money lah, must let us top up lah. Okay. Now okay. So we have a gentleman, 78 years old. He has the ERS plan. My RA is paying me. RSS. Okay, RSS plan. He called ERS. I think it's RSS plan. He's paying me $4,700 per month. The retirement account monthly payment will go to 0 when I hit 85 years old. For most senior who are in the same situation, how?
Wow. So I guess the concern is about the money running out. So if of course if there's extra money that you can put in the retirement account, you can. So for this person, even though he has reached the ERS, right, as I hear Lou, but in future years when the ERS increase, he can top up further by the difference in the ERS between the years. Another way is, even as he's getting the payout, you don't spend the full amount lah. You don't spend the full amount. You can save up some of the monthly payout, then can use it after 85 when the money payout stops.
Okay, that's a good. There's another question. Randy asked, if is MA amount of $79,000 enough to last for a whole lifetime to pay for MediShield Life?
So this is about the basic healthcare sum, which today is $79,000. So Ministry of Health sized this amount to cater for I suppose the average person's healthcare needs, and of course then average is but will mean different thing for different people depending on your healthcare needs, right? Whether you're satisfied with like a B2 C class ward stay, if you need to go to hospital, or you want to go to upgrade a private hospital, so the range in the cost is very different. So I suppose if you follow the norms of which MOH sets for this figure, then generally you say it's enough lah. But if you are going for a higher level of service or privacy, then you may well need to use some cash and have savings beyond the BHS.
Okay. Darren, I would like to ask your question, but your question is not very clear, so maybe you want to rewrite it again. Some of you all have questions that are a bit unclear. I will jump if it's not very clear, because there's really a lot of questions. For Pang Simon, yes, after CPF Life payout, if you top up, you will get an increase in payout. Okay. Now, this is where Chenza asked a very interesting question. What if a lot of people in future live very long? Does the CPF Life ensure that the pooling in CPF Life, does CPF Board ensure that the pooling in CPF Life will sustain the payout since more and more people will live longer?
Yes, this is a very good question, an important question, and answer is yes. So first of all, CPF Life payout is not guaranteed. Some people think it's a guarantee. It's not. However, so it is, the payout is reviewed every year. So there may be changes from year to year, meaning it can go up, or it can possibly go down. But any change in the payout is not likely to be major, so it won't be fluctuate a lot. Important to understand what may cause the payout to increase or decrease. So there are two main factors here. The interest rate is number one. So that's why I think it's quite simple to understand. If the interest rate is higher than what the rate that was priced at 4%, then if the actual interest rate is higher than 4%, and there are times when the RA interest rate goes above 4%, then it means that the payout will increase, because there are more money added to the pool, and then to can be distributed to CPF Life member. So I think this factor simpler for people to understand. The second and other factor is a bit more complicated, but it's common in all insurance policy, which is the mortality experience. In layman terms, it's about how long people live and how short people live. So this one, everybody may think they're their own expert. They know how much they live, how long they'll live, and all that. But this is a science by itself. So you need a actuary or a team of actuary to make the assessment. So the actuary will make their best professional judgment on how long people live. Okay, taking into account the actual historical life expectancy experience, as well as any potential increases in life expectancy due to improvement in medicine, medical sciences, or any risks, things like that. Then they will price the CPF Life on that basis. However, as professional as they are still not God, so the actual life experience may still differ from that's projected by the actuary. And then so it depends on if the actual experience is that people are living longer than what the actuary projected, then the CPF Life payout will actually have to decrease, because the same amount of money has to be stretched over a longer period of time. Conversely, if the actual experience is that people are living shorter life than what they actually project, then the payout will rise because you don't have to pay out over such a long period of time. So these are the two main factors that affects the CPF Life payout. And because the payouts are reviewed every year, you can make the adjustment to ensure that it remains sustainable over time.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I'll answer a quick question on Darren. Darren said the 10-year gap between 55 and 65, could the PINCO fund with Singapore monthly payout help to cover basic living expenses or managing risk? Yes, of course. Okay, but just to take note, PIMCO fund is a bond fund, and the returns are not guaranteed. It can go up and down. Okay. Now, a few questions.
Can I just jump in here, Lou? So I won't
Yes.
comment on the PINCO fund, but let me just make a point which I think is seldom made or seldom saw it, which is that if you have met your full retirement sum fully in cash, then I think you experience that that actually CPF is very flexible. And you hear people saying like, wow, it's almost a bank account that you can take out anytime you want, which is true, right? But if you have the full retirement sum fully in cash. Now, on the other hand, if you do not have the full retirement sum fully in cash, then I think the general experience is that you face a lot of restriction. I cannot do this, cannot do that. So I think the key point here is that try to have a full retirement sum fully in cash. And then I just want to answer the question, an alternative way to think about it, if those who don't want to think about PINCO fund, is consider your ordinary account as a possible source of funds from between 55 to 65. If you have met the full retirement sum fully in cash, you got money in the ordinary account, you can withdraw it anytime. So if you need to start your money payout before 65, but CPF Life only pays you out earliest is 65, you can design your own annuity ma. Just every month take out some money from your ordinary account, just until 65, and then from that time onwards, CPF Life take over. So that can be an alternative to PINCO fund or whatever other fund lah.
Very good. I got two policy questions. Why $37,740 never change after so many years? So this is the first one. Second
You
one
ask
is
the deputy prime minister when you meet him.
If I ask him, okay, anyway, so that's a good one. The second one is why is the CPF interest compounded? Okay, so Joanne actually said, why is the CPF retirement account interest compounded yearly and not monthly? Correct, right? No, why?
It's not just the retirement account, it's actually all the accounts, ordinary account, MediSave account, special account also lah. This one is a long history lah. So some of us remember back in the old days, what POSB, whatever. Most of the banks also like that. So while the banks have moved, basically CPF have not lah.
Okay, very good. And by the way, I can see the July CPF Mastery class is almost finishing already. If you're interested, quickly WhatsApp number, you can just sign up. Okay, so Mr. Soh will cram 20 years of what he taught me into 2 days for you guys. Okay, so now again, there are many questions. There are many questions on RSS and CPF Life. So this, I'll just broaden the question. When is it advisable to convert RSS to CPF Life, or is it even something that we should consider?
Some general point without knowing the specific. First, the biggest difference between RSS and CPF Life is that CPF Life pays for life, whereas RSS pays only when there's money in the retirement account. So if you are concerned about having income for life, right, especially in the 80s or 90s, the money may run out under RSS, then you should certainly consider joining CPF Life. And if you want to do so, you have to do it before 80. After 80, you cannot join CPF Life. Then the second general point is that the payout under RSS tend to be higher than under CPF Life. So in a sense, you must be prepared to suffer a discount, take a hit lah, if you were to switch from RSS to CPF Life in exchange for lifelong income.
Okay, Kenny has a very good question, and many people ask this question: what is the break even for CPF Life? Which age is considered break even? I have seen some very smart YouTubers come up with some numbers. Okay, I want to hear your most professional view.
Wow, this will take a long time. Generally, people think in terms of the money that goes into the annuity pool, how long it will last, and then if they last beyond that age, then they say, okay, that's a break-even point, then they gain already. I don't think that's the best way to see things. If you reach that break-even point that way, it just means that you have taken back all your capital, which means your rate of return is actually zero. So this is actually a fascinating thought that occupied my mind, and I did some calculation on it. And then about 2 or 3 months ago, I come up with a spreadsheet I share in the class. Probably too long to explain like here, but essentially you have to look in terms of your inflows and outflows, and then you calculate the return profile of the various CPF Life plans. So the inflow, of course, then is how much you use to join CPF Life, and the outflow are the two parts: your monthly payout when you're alive, and then any bequests when you pass away. And then based on that, you actually can calculate lah. And then you look at the return profile, and then you can make your own judgment about the three plans.
Thank you. By the way, everybody can see, right? Mr. Soh is a mega CPF guru. I actually don't think there's anybody of his equal in Singapore. I'm sure he's very humble. He will say there's no. But really, I haven't seen anybody of his equal. So there are some people who are house sell CPF, pretend to be expert like me. In front of Mr. Soh, I cannot say anything because he's really very good. Nobody beats him in Singapore in this. And so Shirley asked how to sign up for the CPF Mastery class. Can you see the ticker tape that's running on the bottom? The WhatsApp number there, just WhatsApp, okay? And then my colleague will help. So very quickly, since the government encouraged everybody to top up to ERS, why the tax relief stops at FRS? Yeah, why don't you give tax relief all the way to ERS top up?
Mr. Lu, please write to DPM.
I know you're going to say that. I know you're going to say that. You look like as if I got a direct channel to DPM. Like I know his WhatsApp number or something like that. Okay. But it's a good point. It's a policy question. Okay. Now, KKZ say, will the young now be able to hit ERS if the contribution cap is capped at only 37,740?
It depends, like most things. If you for a lot of people, a big issue then is housing. Of course, if you use a lot for housing, then you have less in your CPF. If you are like Mr. Lu, like type, very careful about how much you use for housing, then actually there's quite a lot of money in your ordinary account. You can transfer it to the special account so you can grow. And then if you, on the other hand, if you can also consider investing your ordinary account or cash, and you can do it a long haul, that you can actually get a good return out of it, then you have a lot of money. So a lot of possibility. Don't be limited just by the 37% or the 37,000.
Very good. Okay. There's quite a few questions on RSS. What is the minimum amount for someone to switch from RSS to CPF Life. If I don't have enough money for BRS, means no point switching, is it?
Okay, so yeah, this one, I think from my experience, quite a lot of confusion. So allow me to elaborate a bit more. So I start with CPF Life. Now, CPF Life is compulsory. If you are born in 1958 or later, and you have at least $60,000, then you have no choice. You have to join CPF Life. However, if you don't meet two conditions, meaning you are born before 1968, or you have less than 60,000 in your retirement account, you don't need to join CPF Life, but you can join CPF Life. So it's a voluntary. Some people read it the other way around. That, oh, you don't, let's say you don't have 60,000, you cannot join CPF Life. You can. The point is that the payout is low lah, because of course if you have not much money, then the monthly payout will be lower. And then the retirement, the RSS scheme. The RSS scheme has a feature that the minimum monthly payout that you get is $350. That means even if you have not much money in your retirement account, you will at least get $350 per month. So this is to give people a certain level of a payout lah, so that there's enough to buy things for in a month. But of course, it means that then the money will run out pretty much faster, right? Whereas CPF Life, there is no such a minimum. CPF Life, because it's a insurance scheme, actually computed. If you have very little money, your payout could well be below 350. It could even be, let's say, $50, right? So somebody with a relatively low amount of money in the RSS, they are getting $350. But if they switch to CPF Life, then they may find that the payout become substantially lower. So that is a practical concern. They get income for life, but a small amount of money only. So in a practical way, although they can join CPF Life, I can see that probably quite hard for such people to stomach lah. Just living on $350 at RSS already hard enough. Wow, you ask me to switch over to CPF Life and then suffer a drastic drop in payout just to ensure that I get a payout for life may not be some palatable for a lot of people lah.
Very good. Okay. So Quack says, "Hi, sir, Mr. Soh. The MRSS, which is the match retirement savings scheme, MRSS, the cash top up, can it be withdrawn, or will it be set as a base that cannot be touched?"
The cash top up then is essentially like a retirement sum top up. It goes in the RA, so it cannot be withdrawn. It's meant to be given to you as a monthly payout.
Okay. So Joy said, is it true that once the CPF Life starts, the RA account will be closed?
No, it's not closed. It's just that if you have chosen the standard or escalating plan, the RA balance will be zero. If you have the basic plan, it is there will still be some money in it. Even if the RA is zero, balance is zero, you still have the retirement account. You can still top up, and then the money will still go into the retirement account and will be used to buy another CPF Life policy.
Okay, very good. JJ, is it a good idea for someone who is 62 years old this year to draw money from OA at age of 65 to complement the retirement account?
Entirely possible if you have the need, or it can be from your other sources of funds, your bank account or SRS or so on. So yeah, it depends on your personal situation, whether the CPF Life payout is sufficient for your monthly income.
Very good. Mr. So, what's your view? Top up CPF first or top up SRS first?
Top up CPF first or top up SRS first? It depends.
Depends. I think it depends.
If you are risk at SRS, you should be investing. If you are risk averse or don't know how to invest, then of course go for the CPF route. you top up within to your for retirement within the full retirement sum up to $8,000, you can get tax relief. SRS also get tax relief. SRS you can get more tax relief up to $15,300. If you have more money and you can afford, why not do both?
Very good. Okay. If I've not chosen my CPF Life plans, which are payout plans, at 66 years old, if the CPF Life policy changes before I hit 70 years old, will I be affected?
Ask
Of course,
DPM.
ask DPN. Hey, you'd like to quote this ask DPN as if we got a channel. Okay, anyway. Okay. So, okay. So, okay. Mr. So, assuming we have sufficient cash when CPF Life start, is it possible we leave CPF Life payout in OA since we don't have if we don't have bank details in our CPF? Actually, this is a hack you figure out. I want to share the whole.
That is a situation. So just to backtrack first, of course, you can choose your CPF Life when to start between 65 to 70. If at 70 you still haven't told CPF Board to start, then CPF Board will auto start for you and put you on the standard plan. So the standard plan is a default plan. And so because the policy is to start, right? Then to start, the CPF must have a bank account to put into. So if there's no bank account, I believe the practice is then you'll put the money into the ordinary account lah. So yeah lah. So you figure out if you want your money in the ordinary account, you figure out what you should do lah.
Okay, so Mr. So cannot say, but I can say. Okay, so you don't give a account number. The CPF have to put into your OA. Okay, but also means you cannot take out. Yeah. Until once you start putting in a number for you to take out, then the CPF Life will start again, right? So anyway, think about it. Okay, but that's a good idea. Okay, all right, good. Okay, so after 65 years old, CPF Life starts. Can I still top up my RA to earn 4% interest? How to withdraw the money from RA?
Yeah, so I explained that earlier. You can still top up, and then the top up money will go into the RA. That's the step one. Step two, if you've already started your CPF Life payout, then the top up money will be used to buy another CPF Life policy, and then your payout will increase. So that means that you have chosen the standard plan or escalating plan. All the top up money at the second step will go to the annuity pool. If you have chosen the basic plan, about 10 to 20% of the top up money will go to the annuity pool. The remaining 80 to 90% of the top up money will remain in the RA and will continue to earn the 4 to 6%. And then when the interest is credited, it will be credited back into the RA. So that's for people who want to see the interest. That's another reason why basic plan is attractive.
Okay. So, but the basic plan got 9%, pay cut from the standard plan. Okay, but anyway, all right. So a K-pop fan, someone asked this, okay, if reach FRS before the age of 50 years old, what else can we do? I hit the max already. What else can we do?
Top up your MediSave. Top up to do voluntary contribution to 3 accounts. If you still have the limit, return back the money that you have used for housing. That's one way where if you have that, then the money goes directly back to the ordinary account only.
Very good. Okay. Is the SRS totally useless for people who are non-taxpayer?
Oh, I would say so lah. The main advantage of SRS is to save on taxes. So if you don't pay taxes, why use SRS? Subject yourself to all this restriction, and then there's no benefit to you.
Okay. Can we use Pay Now to withdraw from our CPF OA after 55?
Oh yeah. You use your Pay Now NRIC, your bank account that is linked to your Pay Now NRIC. That actually is advantageous because when you withdraw, the transaction is instantaneous. Once you click withdraw of a CPF, you check your bank account, money is there already. If you use another bank account, then it takes up to 5 working days, so you don't see your money immediately.
Okay. By 65 years old, do we have an option to choose RSS or CPF Life?
I mentioned that if you are born in 1958 or later and have at least 60,000 in the RA, then you have no choice. You have to join CPF Life. Otherwise, you're on RSS. It's optional for you to join CPF Life before the age of 80.
Okay, this is a very interesting question because I get this a lot. Okay. Hi, sir. I plan to invest, so I plan to hit FRS only. The rest of the spare cash, I'll invest in VWRA, STI, ETF, BH, MBH, which is a Singapore bond, and CLR REITs ETF. All are regular savings plan. Monthly total about 3K. What's your advice? Or top up to ERS?
What's your advice, Mr. Lu?
I knew you're gonna go to that. I knew you're going to that. My advice is nothing beats CPF Life in terms of longevity protection, security, and the returns as well. Now, a lot of us think that as we grow older, we can use investment to beat the CPF Life, and that's because it's true. Some of this, S&P 500 or equivalent. By the way, STI is a super terrible index. Please don't do that. Okay, but some of you think that you can use investment to outdo the CPF Life. Number one, investment carry risk. Okay, carry risk and investment risk, and a lot of us underestimate our ability to take investment risk as we grow older. When I was 20, 30 years old, I felt I could conquer the world in investment. Now I'm 50 years old, and by the way, this year I'm going to be Akong. I suddenly felt that I cannot take so much risk anymore. I'm sure when I reach Mr. Soh's age, when he's 70 years old now, okay, yeah. So I will start to take very little risk. So I think it's very careful not to overestimate our ability to handle investment risk. So when I'm 65, 70, 75, 80 years old, wow, it's a breeze. And in fact, in the same course that I co-teach with Mr. Soh's CPF Mastery course, I actually teach people how to hit $7,000 CPF Life, and that's something that we teach in the course. Okay, so back to this one.
I would take a more nuanced stance lah. I wouldn't say everybody must have the ERS. Conceptually, I think of it, you must first start with how much you want to have for retirement. And then of this amount, then it's useful to break it up into two parts. One part corresponding to your needs and one part corresponding to your wants. So where your needs are concerned, then you want it to come from something that is safe. And this is where then CPF Life is a very important component of it. Well, the part that is comprises your wants is discretionary. You can afford to take some risk. You want to invest in it. Hope that you can get a higher expected return, and then have more money for your wants. So it's all about having this balance.
Okay, and I'm going to go very quickly. There's some questions I feel I can answer, although I'm not as smart as wise as Mr. Soh. So I'll save this for another day, but I want to go to more sophisticated question for him. Okay. For top up to ERS, is the maximum top up amount based on P plus I or just P? P is principal, I is interest.
Short answer is P. That means you are looking at what I would call contribution lah. Money going into the RA, that will count. It doesn't include the interest that you will earn on the money going to RA. So somebody who has the ERS this year, then when the ERS increase next year, you can top up more by the difference in the ERS, even though your RA balance actually may even be more than next year's ERS already with the interest. So that's one common misconception that people have also.
If I do voluntary housing refund contribution, will and go into ordinary account, can I push the ordinary account funds to RA when I'm 66 years old?
Yes. Once you make the voluntary housing refund, the money goes to the OA. It's no different from any OA money. So if you can transfer money from your OA to RA, then you can do so.
Okay. How come my husband received 7,000 plus interest in his retirement account on the first day of the year? He started his CPF Life payout already. Basic
Not
plan.
too sure the
Basic
context.
plan.
Maybe it's because of he still have balances. Is on the basic plan, could be. Have to look at the specifics.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because the husband is on basic plan. That's why. Okay. So, shall we sell? I'm not you're gonna shoot back the question at me. Shall we sell CPF OA investment to top up to ERS when we approach 55 years old?
Sorry, sell CPF OA sell investment they bought using OA to top up to ERS.
Yes.
Back to your asset allocation. If you have too much in equities, then it's a good time to de-risk and then have move it to the safer part. And generally, as you get older, you ought to be become more conservative.
Okay, last few questions because it's getting very late. It's past 12 already. By which, Chini, I always go until 12:31 a.m. I don't think it's fair for you to do that. Okay, I'm a night bird. Okay. I'm already hit FRS. To top up further in SA is by topping up all three accounts. Okay, question mark. And my MA has just reached BHS. So the question is, is the only way to top up my SA is by topping up all three accounts?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Does Chin Heng thinks EPF is better? Actually, there are two questions on this. Why is our return not as good as EPF?
EPF and the CPF are different systems. You got to again compare the EPF. I believe the monies are invested rather than different from our CPF risk-free system.
Okay. Someone asked, at what age do we have to decide whether FRS or ERS? I'm now age 60 years old, RA already above FRS and still accumulating from salary. What if only intend to start CPF like FRS? So how?
You actually can decide anytime, and you don't have to be thinking in terms of either FRS or ERS. It can be somewhere in between also. Now, the only thing is that, of course, the earlier you top up, then the better financially because you'll be earning more interest earlier.
Okay. Irene have a very interesting, very unusual question. Mr. So, I've selected standard plan many years ago without knowing the pros and cons. Can I reselect basic? I haven't started my CPF Life payout yet.
I suspect she may belong to the earlier cohort where you join CPF Life at 55 rather than 65.
Oh,
so
you mean there is a cohort like that?
Yeah. The earlier few cohorts, they actually start at 55. So I believe then she can't switch anymore.
Wow.
From standard to basic.
There was such a scheme. That's why it's a walking dictionary of CPF. Nobody beats him. That shows how old you are, sir. Okay. No, I was just joking that he's 70 years old. He's just slightly older than me only. But his brain power is a wise man over 70 over years old. Okay. Yeah, because accumulated so much experience. Okay. If the government changes a CPF Life payout policy, okay, which is a policy risk, isn't that a risk too? when compared to investing ourselves?
You know my answer, Mr. Lu.
Go call ask TPM. So the answer is yes, there is such a thing called policy risk, right? There is such thing called policy risk. Then you have to gauge, do you prefer policy risk or investment risk? Yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay, I'm trying to see. Mr. So, this question, Mr. So will shoot back to me. Mr. So, any question where to invest SRS? And usually investment is via which platform?
I leave the second question to you. This is another area which I disagree with Mr. Lu. But SRS, one of the big issue is whether you invest in equities or you invest in bonds. And my view is, in general, it's better to invest your SRS in bonds, because bonds have a lower expected return. So your bond, if you have a bond portfolio, you will grow more slowly compared to if you have an equity portfolio. And that means that the tax that you may have to pay for SRS upon withdrawal is lower. So in general, it's better to invest in the SRS in bonds. You want to invest in equities, use your cash or use your OA. But Mr. Lu has a different position.
My position, by the way, is good that Mr. So and I have different opinion. You all can be a judge, okay? My position is this: give a bit to the government, never mind lah. Okay? Yeah. No, when you retire, half of your SRS will be taxable, half of SRS will not be taxable in your yearly, your yearly withdrawals. And to be frank, most of us in our retirement days, our taxes is very, very low or non-existent. So okay lah, even you exceed the amount that you cannot tax, you'll be kena very little. So contribute to nation building. That's not too much. Okay. So anyway, that's my opinion. Okay. Last few questions. We really need to stop soon. Okay. When CPF Life starts at 65 years old, and if I've got still money in my RA, can I withdraw any amount I like, or the CPF disburse a set amount that's determined by CPF?
In general, answer is no. So money in RA is used to use for the CPF Life payout. There is some flexibility for withdrawal, and that's called the 20% withdrawal rule. That's something which actually some people, quite a lot of people, are not aware. So basically, 20% of your RA balance at 65, excluding any top-ups if you have made from 55, and also excluding any government grant if you have received it. So 20% of that amount can be withdrawn as a lump sum. So you can withdraw it, or you can commit to CPF Life. Then you get a higher payout compared to if you don't. And there's the third option, which is that you decide not to do either two options, not to withdraw, not to add the CPF Life. You start the CPF Life payout, and then this 20% withdrawal amount will be transferred to your ordinary account.
Very good. The next question is very interesting. If our RA hits ERS at 55, the interest generated will always exceed the next year's ERS. So basically, we cannot top up to RA anymore, right?
No. So it goes back to just on the point that when calculating how much you can top up, it excludes the interest. You only look at the RA contribution, money that is put into the RA. So you can still top up even though your RA balance is more than the ERS.
Okay. If top up OA via voluntary housing fund, can this top up be used to pay dependent protection scheme premium?
Yes. So this point, actually, you useful to make a pitch for this voluntary housing refund, because current interest rate environment out there is low. You can't get a very attractive fixed deposit rate or whatever. And come back to my early point, if you have already met your full retirement sum fully in cash, you have a lot of flexibility. So if you do your voluntary housing refund, the money goes back into the ordinary account, earns 2.5%, better than any fixed deposit out there currently, I bet. And at the same time, you can withdraw the money anytime. So this is a wonderful opportunity.
Okay, last one, two questions. BHS contribution stops at 65. If your contribution sum falls at 66, are you obliged to top up to your last or current BHS?
No, so what they meant is that the BHS number, your BHS amount, the BHS for people who are younger increases every year. However, it stops growing at 65. So this year's BHS is $79,000. If you are younger than 65 years old this year, next year the BHS increase, your BHS will also increase. However, if you are 65 years old already this year, next year the BHS is a higher figure, but your BHS remains at $79,000. It doesn't change. So it just means that the maximum balance in your MA remains at that number. If your MA is lower, you're not obliged to top up to your BHS.
I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, that's a new discovery. Thanks, Kenny, for this insight. I didn't know that. Oh my goodness, that's quite serious. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Okay, so these are the two quick questions. When I top up to ERS, will the contribution be allocated to Medisave account?
If it's topping up to ERS, is topping up for retirement, then answer is no. It goes to the retirement account.
Okay. Can top up yearly from 55 to 65 before the payout don't have so much cash?
I suppose answer is yes. Not very clear, that question.
Okay. Cash top up Medisave or allow employer to fill up whenever there's short. No, okay, that one is a bit complicated. Oh, this one, okay. So Jen said, for someone that's 85 years old, have 100,000 in fixed D, do you advise the person to top up the RA to make the 4% return?
It depends. Generally, it's a good idea, and it's not just 4%. Maybe even with 5%, 6%. It's attractive.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So now, just to wrap things up, you can see Mr. Soh is truly a walking guru and dictionary of CPF, and have a chance to meet up with him. You go sign up the course. You really share all the kung fu he has taught me over 20 years, and the best part is he teach even more than what he teach me. So teach you all even what he teach me, because now and then there was little tricks that comes out. So it's very important that our CPF will take care of our retirement years, at least from 65, 70 years old, all the way to 80, 90 years old. But yet we spend too little time to understand how to do it. I think it's very important everybody learn as early as possible so that we can take care of it. So there are only very few experts in Singapore that master the CPF as good as Mr. Soh. So do join us in the class. Okay, the WhatsApp number below, WhatsApp it. We're going to end the live stream in a few minutes. Okay, so anyone has any last quick burning question? If not, I'm going to hang up. Mr. Soh, any last words for everybody?
Thanks for having me, Lou. I hope it's been useful. Actually, if I can just allow me to say something, that you mentioned for this CPF Mastery course, I offer this complimentary course, another one-day course on the Life and Legacy Mastery. That's, in a sense, that reflects my belief. I hope I've been able to help you all in your financial issue. As important as money is in your life, actually, I also hope that those who come for the course and all that think beyond money and think and consider your life lah. That to me is probably even more important than money, which is why then the second day course I wanted to touch on other things that are important, may not be about money but important, about your health, about your relationship with important people in your life, about learning and working, and importantly about having a purposeful life. So, and then how all this relate with money. So I believe that with this 2-day course combined together, then it will give us a more balanced perspective of how we approach life. So I hope the listeners out there hoisting this message. Don't just keep chasing money and then forget about other important things in life. So sorry for that preaching.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So someone said this, I thought it was very cute. Thank you, Mr. Soh. I hope the CPF website can answer like you. There is no AI, no person, and no CPF website that can answer like Mr. Soh. Oh, by the way, occasionally, see, I don't know why Mr. Soh actually go and volunteer to serve as a customer service officer, a man of his high stature, actually come and serve voluntarily in CPF at which branch?
Jurong.
Okay. So maybe you all can see him occasionally. Just remember, go and say hi to him, okay?
All right. So just to say, I do that because I find it's very useful, so that it allows me to understand what individual CPF members are going through. So I'm able to then connect the dot like from the big picture to the individual transaction, and I find it meaningful.
Thank you, man of your humility and wisdom. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Mr. Soh a round of applause. Okay, we are very blessed to have you.
Thank you.
And really, the whole 1965 movement is a inspiration from Mr. Soh. I'm just the person that that pass all his knowledge that he taught me to you guys. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching. And for those people who missed out, you can please watch again. The wisdom he passed is really very good. Okay, yeah. Thank you guys. Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks for coming in. Okay, good night, everybody. Okay, good night, everybody. Okay, good night. I'll let people say good night to you. Okay, good night, guys. Good night, guys. Really appreciate this. Okay, good night, guys. Okay, yeah. The next time I come again, maybe 5 years later. So because it's very difficult to invite. Okay, thank you, guys. Bye bye.